The Stoics have probably some of the best advice when it comes to improving our lives. And one that gets nowhere near as much credit as it should is this one by Epictetus. Keep silence for the most part, and speak only when you must, and then briefly. One of the most important parts of our lives is literally speaking. And this is one thing that a lot of people do wrong. Not even how they speak, but just speaking in general, and speaking too much. We need to understand that speaking more rarely ever will help us. And we've all been in situations where we think that if we say more, it's going to help us out. And it almost never does. If you look back on your life as well, probably some of the worst mistakes you've ever made have come from you speaking too much. And one of my favorite stories that perfectly explains this from time is about King Louis XVI. He was the last king of France before the monarch fell, and part of the reason was because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He spoke too much. Essentially, whenever he would talk, it would always either be he would say the wrong thing at the wrong time, or he'd contradict himself. And with his talks, he was always confusing all the people around him, and eventually he just started pushing everyone away with his speeches. And during the time leading up to the actual French Revolution, he was giving a few talks, and in all of these talks, he would always give these half-hearted promises, and his speeches would always just be inconsistent. So even though his intention was to pacify the French, he ended up just inflaming the entire situation a lot more. And the whole story is pretty interesting. If you want to go more in depth on it, of course you can search it up. But the essentials that we can get from the story is that whenever we speak more, it leaves more room to contradict yourself, which then just lowers how others perceive you. This is why so many people in sales either lose deals or in relationships end up losing their partner, or even when they're talking or debating, losing that, because they can't shut up. Speaking more also literally just makes you seem more weak. One thing that I found out in sales, or literally just whenever you want to get someone to say yes, is whenever you ask someone if they want to buy, or you ask them if they want to do something, if you say the first word after that, the odds of you getting them to say yes or getting the deal drop by half. Because now you sound unconfident and scared that you're going to get the wrong response. And equally challenging but rewarding as speaking less is entering everything with full confidence. And Seneca has this one really good quote. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare that they are difficult. Whenever you go into a situation, even if you're not confident, pretending like you're confident or like you're the number one best at whatever, it makes you just perform better. You can fake confidence, and when you do, it fully changes your odds of succeeding or achieving whatever it is you want to by a landslide compared to as if you weren't confident at all. Someone who believes in himself will always perform better than the person who doesn't believe in himself at all. If you're scared to, say, launch a new business, you need to just pretend like you've got it. You need to just pretend like you're that guy and that you're gonna make it succeed. You need to view yourself as someone who can achieve what you want to achieve, or even as someone who already has achieved it. They just now need to wait it out until they get to it. But you need to see yourself in the way that you want to be. If you could see it in your head and you could speak it out loud, you can have it for yourself in this world. And with this type of mindset, the only thing left is the action that you do. And with all the action that you do, you need to just be fully confident in yourself that you're going to make it. And although it's hard to commit or continue with something, it's much harder to be able to do the hard work or hard tasks when you don't feel like it. And Marcus Aurelius is probably one of the best Stoics to look at when it comes to things along the lines of this, like discipline. And this one quote that he has goes not along the lines of, it says, just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter, cold or warm, tired or well rested, despised or honored. All that matters is doing the right thing. Regardless of how you feel, it needs to be the only thing that you focus on. Right now, you're watching an educational video, so you're learning. After this, you could either get straight to work, or you could read a book, or you could keep learning. But you just need to do something that progresses you. I think that is honestly why so many people are held back in life. They don't do the work when they need to. They instead choose comfort. And something that really helped me out with this, because I was in the same boat years ago, one thing that really helped me out is my PP system. Essentially, purpose over pleasure. And really quick, if you're enjoying the video, if you could please subscribe, that would honestly mean a lot to me. Thank you. Whenever you do anything in life, it falls under one of the two categories. Either you do it to relax or feed into your pleasures and feed your dopamine, or you do it to progress yourself and get closer to hitting your goals. And when you choose pleasure, yes, you 100% feel a lot nicer in the moment. You have less stress, you don't need to worry about anything, etc. Because you take yourself away from the realities of your life, be it you need to make more money, you need to finish this one task, you need to hit the gym, etc. You're shielding yourself from the realities of the things that you need to get done. And not doing the work that needs to get done instantly in that moment will just send you down this huge snowball effect. Every time that you don't do something you need to do, the next time it comes down to having to do the thing, you're gonna be like, oh, I can wait a little bit longer. It starts as very, very small and then snowball. And then eventually you get to a point where you just don't do anything. So you need to prioritize the long term, essentially the purpose. And you don't even need like a real goal or a big purpose to go or to work towards in order to not succumb to brain rot or stupid activities or things that just waste your time. And I want to finish this off with one of my favorite sayings and beliefs by, again, Epictetus. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals, not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Don't focus on what you don't have control over. As obvious as that sounds, focus only on what you can control and what you can change. Now, I've been saying this to every single person that I've worked with or that I've helped teach, literally since day one. Don't focus on what you don't have control over. And it's so logical when you think about it, but the reason why a lot of the times we don't do that is because of our emotions. So often we think, oh, why couldn't they have done this? Or why did that person do that? Or why did this happen, etc. And the thing is, you can't control what someone else does, or you can't control what happens to you randomly. But what you can control is how you react. If you get, say, a flat tire, being sad or wishing that it didn't happen will not fix anything. The only thing that can fix it is you thinking logical and just putting on the spare tire. Whenever something comes up, we need to just start taking a step back, because when you don't do that and you just let the first response come out from you, it's usually something fully emotional. Whenever something happens, you don't even think, oh, how can I fix it? You just think, oh, this guy. But when you take like literally 0.5 extra seconds to think and process what's going on, instantly the situation just gets better, even though nothing literally has changed. The only thing that's changed is now that you're reacting to it properly. You've only changed your view on what's happened, and that is honestly more than enough to just change the entire trajectory of the situation. And when you think like this, you will perform better and just get better results in life, be it through work or through relationships or literally just through anything that comes up. You will get better results. So to recap everything, keep silent for the most part, do everything with confidence, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, and focus only on what you can control. So yeah, these are the most important things that I've learned from these Stoics, from either reading or watching videos about them. And hopefully they can help you out as much as they help me out, be it through decision making or through mindset or just through putting myself through something that I know I need to do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. If you want more things like this in written form, I would say check out the newsletter. It's free and there's always a lot more gems in written form. If you also want to be around more like-minded people, join our community. It's fully free. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. With everything being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.